Shabbat Shalom to the 12 tribes of Israel, scattered abroad, and believers in the Messiah. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Hidden Manna. Hi, guys. I'm Dave Sain, Senior Shepherd here at LMC. It's Friday night, which, of course, means for us Hidden Manna time. Time to get together and just talk about the things of Abba. Of course, with me, I have my dear brother, Max. Welcome in, and Shabbat Shalom to you, bro.
Hey, bro. Shabbat Shalom. How you doing today?
Good. Everybody's getting ready for the snow.
Oh, crazy.
That's the big story.
Mm-hmm. The cold.
The cold, the snow.
I just shared with you 10 minutes. I think right now, I'm checking right now. I'm -6 already over here. Actual temp.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I got the sweatshirt on.
It was actually beautiful. I mean, it hit probably like 47, 52, something like that today. I mean, it was decent. It was nice.
Yeah.
But obviously the temperature is going to really go down. Hopefully everybody, obviously everybody in America now knows. Everybody's been watching it. It's all over the internet. But be careful out there, guys.
It's covering 2,000 miles.
I know. There's something like 250 million people are going to be affected by this. So this is big, guys. Make sure that this is going to be one of those storms that we talk about for like the next decade or so. Remember that storm back in, remember?
Yeah.
So please be careful out there, guys. Make sure you've, you're stocked up. It's crazy because, I don't know, everybody's going to the store and just buying everything in the store.
Bread and eggs, remember that? Yeah.
Come on, really? I mean, you don't have to. I don't know, But listen, if that's what you need, that's what you need. But I don't know. Everybody does all this panic buying.
Yeah,
just need a couple of things, get through for a couple of days. Yeah. It's probably highly likely that, especially in the Midwest with the ice and stuff, that
down south people are going to have some issues.
Yeah. I feel bad for them. I really do. I mean, I feel bad for all of us. It's going to be a big one.
Yeah, I was watching the analyst because he was saying, remember that storm a couple years ago in Texas? Remember that?
Yeah.
They and that's the whole issue. He said a lot of people down south tend to have inadequate heat as compared to people who live up in our region, so they'll have like electric heat because they only use it for like couple, 3-4 weeks out of the year.
Yeah, if the power goes off, it's going to get cold.
Power's out. Yeah, you have no heat. So
did you see the people in Russia?
No.
I forget what the name of the place is, Kamchatka or something like that. It was like 7-8 feet of snow, and then the snow drifts are as high as apartment buildings. Wow. There's people literally in Russia jumping off the roof of their building into snow, skiing from the roof of their building down. You look at it and you think, wow, that's AI. That's got to be AI. It's not AI.
Wow.
And hopefully and thankfully we don't ever have to deal with something like that. But
no, I think up here I was fascinated. I think every other year Buffalo, they get like a storm and they'll get like 6-7 foot at one time. And then they pay people to come down to the Bill Stadium to shovel.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
They'll pay them like $20 an hour off the books.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I know here in the metro region, they're expecting something between 11 and 14 inches. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But still, I mean, a foot of snow out here is it's crazy. It's gonna stop. Yeah. It's gonna stop everything. And I think it's supposed to be from Sunday night or Sunday into Monday. So it's gonna be it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy all over the country. So definitely keep in prayer your family, your friends, everybody that's around, and make sure everybody's going out.
A little
whatever shopping you got to do.
Yeah, on the app. If you're down south, I was saying, and if a neighbor, like an elderly person, check them out, make sure that they're good, right?
Yeah,
I'm saying it's good to love your neighbor, but sometimes we got to love them in action, not just words, right?
No, for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be prayerfully, like what's that saying? Always prepare for the worst, but, whatever. I'd rather be a little bit safe than sorry kind of situation, but I'm praying that as long as there's no loss of life and stuff like that.
Well, it's sad.
What we gotta do. It's winter,
sad,
right?
It's sad, but every year you're going to hear somebody's gonna have a heart attack out there trying to shovel and doing too much. It's every time it snows. It's like, be careful, guys. Be careful out there. Yep. Honestly, I am so. We've had like I think 3 snows. And it wasn't a lot of snow, like an inch, 2 inches maybe. but I am so tired of shoveling
Oh, I hate it,
already.
man. Not
But
me,
no,
my wife. Yeah, my
you guys
wife.
got to be
Every day.
crazy out there. It's
It's the
every day.
routine. Every day she has
Wow.
to go shovel and then make a path to the chickens,
Wow.
change that, feed them water and all that. And then, we're sick of it.
Let the chickens freeze.
Don't let them hear that. Right now, you just made Josiah cry.
Eat them next year.
They'll be frozen until next year. They'll be good to eat.
So that's obviously the big story. I go into the stores today, going in and out, pharmacy and stuff. Everybody's talking about the snow. The grocery stores were crazy. I mean, just everybody's just gone in there buying like it's the apocalypse.
Yeah. Well, don't you remember during COVID, man? What was up with the toilet paper thing? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember. That was crazy.
I never understood that. Right? It was.
Well,
not bottled water, not food, toilet paper.
When you gotta go,
you gotta go.
Gotta go. So that's the big story. But actually, this has been a week of a lot of big stories. This week. And we haven't really done political commentary in a couple of weeks. But this is stuff that's absolutely worth mentioning. This is affecting the whole world in a sense. I guess it's prophetic. But Greenland. Did you see? What's his name? Oh gosh, what's his name? Bill Clinton's vice president, Al Gore.
Yeah.
Remember? I don't know if you remember Al Gore.
He was the whole climate change.
He's like in 10 years, all of the snow,
Long Island's going to be gone.
All Long Island's going to be gone. All the coasts are going to be gone, and all the snow is. Greenland is going to be green. There's not going to be any snow. These people. They're just it's nuts.
Taxes.
It's about money.
Climate money.
Yeah, it's about money. That's really what it comes down. Which is why Trump keeps calling it a scam. It's the big weather scam or the global warming scam or whatever it is. But so Greenland's not going to be green. It's not even going to be white. It's going to be red, white, and blue.
Yep. And I was watching so many different people and. They all knew it. They were like, he never intended to go in there with troops. He knew exactly how to work a deal. And now he got it where...
Yeah, he starts here and freaks everybody out. But what he really wants is this.
Yeah.
But he starts here and everybody freaks out. And,
and then at the end of the day, he knows... Once we put our military bases there and a sub base, and who's going to even think about coming and trying to, So, that was a... I think he was talking, the Golden Dome, right? The like the missile defense system that's almost like what Israel has, but on a greater scale. So
I tell you, I would not be surprised if we wind up with a 51st state somewhere in Canada.
Oh yeah, Alberta was talking.
Alberta, I know they're talking. They're talking.
Yep. Do you blame him?
No, I blame him because honestly, when you listen to his speech at Davos, because if you remember, like the last 10 years, all we've been hearing is. You're not going to own anything, and you're going to be happy, and you're going to eat bugs, and it's global warming or climate change, and you got to watch your carbon emissions and this whole commune.
Cows,
you can't have cows, you can't eat meat anymore. Yep. And what's his name? I can't remember his name. The guy that's been. All the vaccines and stuff, sterilizing people in Africa, Bill Gates, and it's crazy, man. It's been crazy, and we've been watching this, and nobody's checked it. And then it almost actually happened under the previous administration because they were all for it.
Yeah,
they were all for it.
Well, I know the previous administration gave over all of our sovereignty to the WHO, and today, what did Trump do?
Took it all back.
Took it all back. We're no longer under the. Come on, man, that's awesome.
All back. The United Nations. He created something else aside from the United Nations. That peace.
The board, peace board.
Peace board.
And Russia even said they'll give $1 billion. You saw that, dude?
This guy is changing the world. He's literally changing the world right in front. But you know what? Because I was watching a thing today about what Europe is doing, not Europe in general, but England in particular. This whole thing they have become so anti-First Amendment. You get arrested for things you post, and thought crimes, or standing outside of an abortion clinic, even if you're a block away and you're silently praying, you get arrested. And now they're doing this thing where this using AI, they're going to go right into your phone. You don't even need a warrant. The cops just going to be able to go into your phone, look at your whatever you're texting, whatever your information is. It's like, man, that's crazy. And they call it, well, this is the new freedom. The new freedom. It's called communism.
Invasion of your privacy.
Invasion of privacy. So you know what? I'm glad. I get it. Trump's abrasive. There's no doubt about it. He's got to be. He at this point, he just don't care, and I don't blame him. I really don't blame him for all the stuff they did to him. But I'm glad for the direction that we're going, because everything was about the 2030, the global reset 2030, and he sort of just knocked that right off. Of course, they're going to kick back. There's no doubt that they're going to try to kick against the goads, so to speak.
I was watching YouTube, and some believers were on there, and they were like, "Yeah, well, look at him. He's talking about going into Cuba," and I'm like, think about that. Not for a war. He wants to do a Moderna. He wants to take out that dictatorship. Don't you think the Cubans deserve the right to have spiritual freedom?
Yeah, I would love for Cuba to be Cuba.
See, the thing is, they don't realize what it's like. Yeah. They make you worship the government. The government is your God to them. And
what's crazy is you've got all of these Marxist, communist nations all around us that are now sort of falling, and obviously the Trump administration is vehemently opposed to them, and yet the seedbed of that has been going on here in the United States for like the last 30, 40 years, between the guy just got elected here in New York, the woman that just got elected in Virginia as governor. You see all the stuff she did as soon as she got in, just boom, tax, stop this, stop that. It's like, all right, so Venezuela's fallen and Cuba's fallen, but it's rising its head here. And then, of course, I'm sure everybody has seen what went on with the church in Minnesota. That was nuts.
Yeah.
That was nuts. They go in there and they start screaming and yelling.
Lemon from CNN, right?
Don Lemon. Yeah, they got to go after that. That was not journalism. He was part of the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, there's because this is our First Amendment right. Well, the First Amendment is also the freedom of religion.
Yeah.
And that was just totally trash. And I'm watching it. And I'm listening to that pastor, that shepherd, and I get it. You could see in his eyes, he was totally freaked out.
Oh yeah,
his eyes were all wide, and what do you do? All of a sudden, this happens, and in the back of my mind, not that I want it to happen, but I was thinking to myself, yeah, come do that in my church. Try that. Try doing that, because no. We're not, dude. I'm the shepherd. Means I kill lions, I kill bears, I kill wolves. That's my job. That's my job. We can all turn the other cheek, and do all the rest of that. My job's to protect. I'm like, dude, try that. I probably shouldn't say that, because the universe is going to come down on me now. But I was like, probably you had an opportunity to stand up there and just tear them down verbally.
Yeah.
Verbally, this was horrific. Not that I want that to happen in our church.
No. But
I don't. But
you even saw these protesters in Minnesota walking up to cars that they assumed were conservative people.
I know,
pounding on their windows, breaking it. It's like it's crazy. So yeah, I mean, for a lot of believers, like I said, that aren't pro-Trump, pro this, hey, there's no other country I'd rather live in until Yeshua rules with an iron rod and the Torah goes out. Right now, to have that freedom and so anyway, but it's craziness going on there, bro. It's sad. It's scary and sad, because
it's scary. It's sad. Actually, I was watching a thing under Clinton. 12 million people were taken. 12 million illegal aliens were removed from the country under Clinton.
And no one.
And then Obama comes in. I think it was like 3 million. And you know who did it? The same guy who's doing it now, Tom Holman.
Oh yeah,
and he got a medal for it.
Yep. Now,
3 or 4. But the difference was back then there were no sanctuary states. You know, so you know they complied with the federal government. So I saw videos of CNN doing a ride along with them, and now today I think Trump's like at 170,000, 180,000, not even close to where Obama, and just the freak out is absolutely amazing.
Yep.
Which just tells you where we are as a nation.
Did you see JD Vance when he was in Minnesota yesterday or the day before, and he was doing a little speech, and he was like, why aren't the federal government being more open with you're talking about the state police and the police not really helping ICE, which he wanted them to do. He's like, they're doing a job. I think that it would be great if we can cooperate and have them protect these federal agents as they're doing their job, so they don't have to do crowd control and all that kind of stuff. And make a long story short, he was just basically saying how we need their help. We can't be divided. We're one cause, and everyone was just making it seem like what are you talking about? Well, it was really sad. But
the very words of Messiah come to mind, that a nation that's divided
it doesn't stand.
It's not gonna stand, and there is no doubt that we are absolutely divided. And it's not even a socialist thing. It's really it's an almost communist thing. This hatred of who we are as Americans. It's been going on for a long time. But this is the world we live in. There it is. We have to be stewards of ourselves and who we are. But it's crazy. It's crazy world.
Right, we know we're on edge with Iran too.
The whole world.
Yeah, I was just watching the whole carrier fleet. They went into what is that called? Almost like cognito, where they shut off all their homing devices so no one can track them. Of course, China and Russia can watch them by satellite, but as far as they had no homing devices on it. So so it was pretty. I
didn't even see that. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so we're on rumors of wars.
Listen, as an individuals, obviously we're dealing with our own personal lives and stuff that's going on with our families and our friends, and and that pretty much consumes probably the majority. Maybe not the majority, but a lot of us, which is right. That's life. Life goes on. But you can't ignore this other stuff, because it definitely has a bearing on who we are. But hey, you know what? The only way that this world is going to get to the point where we can have diversity across the planet and everybody's on the same page is when Mashiach comes.
Yep, that's right.
But when he comes, it's not going to be diversity like people think today.
Oh no.
He's going to rule in an iron rod.
They're going to be shocked, all these people with the no king signs, huh?
Yeah, I saw that. They put up the no king signs in Greenland.
Yeah, lit up.
King.
Yeah.
Dude, you're under a monarchy. You're under a king and a queen. What are you doing?
Yep, ridiculousness, right?
I know, ridiculousness. Yep. Anyway,
and then hey, if anyone's watching, you see the price of silver, bro, and gold.
I know it's skyrocketing.
Yeah, gold's like almost $5,000 an ounce. Silver's over $103, $104. It's just crazy. So
going up.
Not financial advisors, but
nope, we are not financial advisors. But if you got money, definitely
look into that.
So listen, today we want to talk about the feasts and their relationship to Messiah.
Hey, before we hit into that, I think we have the song from Dave.
Yeah. We got the song, but I just want to say the title for today is going to be, the Feast of Messiah. We're going to talk about the feast. We're definitely not going to get through all 7 of the feasts, but we're going to try to touch on them. I did want to do just quick commercials like we normally do. We got right into the conversation here. Quick commercial. Certainly, if this is the first time you're hanging out with us and you haven't hit the like, first of all, hit the like button. Whoever's watching, hit just right now. Take a second. Do it. Hit the like button and give us a share and hit the bell so you're notified. Download us on the app. You can download the LMC app and you can watch us on the app, because this next week we're not going to have Hidden Manna broadcast on Friday night. Instead, next week, we're going to be having a Zoom call. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
I probably all the way back to COVID. It's probably the last time we did a Zoom call. I know we got some brothers and sisters that are part of LMC that are outside the NYC area. So we want to get together with you guys. So next Friday night at 7 p.m. Is it 7 p.m.? Oh, no, I'm sorry. 7:30. Normal time that we do.
So same time as Manna. Yeah.
Yes, same time we do as Manna. We're gonna do a Zoom call. We'll put out the information tomorrow. PM will be talking about it. It'll be listed in our app. And through the notification thing, through Manna Eaters during the week, we'll put out whatever the code is. You can go into Manna Eaters, so make sure you download the app. You're part of the LMC app. Jump in there so you can get the code, so you can join us on Friday. Not only do we want the people from outside of our general geographic area, the metro area, that'll be paired. We want people in the metro area to join us as well. So this way we get a chance to fellowship with some other people that we may not know or may not realize that are part of LMC, and just let the conversation go where the conversation goes.
And I can tell you, man, that a lot of people I know want to see the face on the other side of the camera, right? Because we see this camera every Shabbat and we see PD, but you don't get to see the people in the congregation. And so I think it'll be really cool for us to all fellowship and right, just
I want Sister Karen to be on there, and Pastor Matt, and maybe get some of the trustees and other people on there. We'd love to get that on so everybody can see. That'd be awesome. That'd be really good. So that's next week. There will be no Hidden Manna at 7:30. Instead, we're going to be doing a Zoom call. It won't be broadcast. It'll just be, just us on the Zoom call. So, definitely be part of that. Every questions, things you want to talk about, get it ready. Think about it now. Not saying we got all the answers for it, but we'll do our best to try to do that and let the conversation go where the conversation goes. So that will be next week. Another commercial real quick. February the 4th, which is a Wednesday. Normally we have our Wednesday night Bible studies, which have been, at least from my perspective, I've really enjoyed them. We're just getting into a whole.
I enjoy my studies.
We're talking about things that we never really thought of before.
Yeah.
And hopefully looking at the gospel in a very, very different perspective.
That was me on Wednesday, right? That made the comment about the hair.
Was that you?
Yeah, bald head.
I just saw it pop up. I didn't know who said it. But okay, not the head of your hair will be lost, right? That's what the master says. Yeah. So February 4th, there'll be no Bible study. That day, we're going to have an in-house prayer service. Okay. So for the people that are part of the metro region, part of the LMC family out here, come on out to the actual building, to our actual congregation. We're going to have a prayer service that night at 7 p.m. So please do that. Please you put that on your calendar so that you're part of that, and come on out and help us pray. There's a lot of stuff to pray about. Certainly, I want to lift up Sister Barbara right now, and Brother Mosey and Brother Jim. They're all going through some really, really serious stuff, and we lift them up, and we pray that Abba would give them strength and healing, and just the ability to stand and not give up through whatever trials that they're facing. Especially Sister Barbara, we lift her up. So. I think that's all of all the commercials for this week. Tomorrow we are going to be having we'll be taking the bread and the wine. I know we just did it like a week or two ago. We're going to do it again because the message really attaches to it. So for those that are coming, we're definitely going to be taking the bread and the wine, the unleavened bread and the wine, and talking about a message that connects to that. So be part of us, be part of what's going on. This is all the stuff that's going on. And of course, the feast, believe it or not, are right around the corner.
I was just about to say, what about Passover? That's coming up.
Passover is right around the corner.
And you're going to have the same issue this year. You're limited, right? You're going to have it in-house?
We're limited because we do it in-house. So it'll be first come, first serve. It's early now, so it's not really a big deal. But as we get closer and closer, certainly if you want to be part of it, sign up as soon as you can. It's on the app. You can do that. and be part of what we're doing. It's going to be fun. It's fun. It's a great time of fellowship. It's a great time of learning. We learn different things and understand different things about the Passover, and of course, it all centers around Messiah, which is exactly what tonight's about. We wanted to go over the feasts. We want to talk about the feast.
That's like third week in a row. You do a perfect little lead in there, man.
Right?
That's really good, man.
Right. I'm getting good at this.
When you have a fresh nap.
Oh man, I was out before. I was snoozing.
I'm just messing with you, bro.
I was snoozing. But we do want to share some music. We got some neat music that's come to us over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. I forgot. If you have anything, you can. I guess in the comments, I'm okay putting my. You know what? I'll put my number on the church app, on the LMC app. And
you can send it to us through the app. Yeah, you can send it through the app. You can send it to us right here on the through the live chat. If you want to send it to me, pd@livingmanna.org, you can do that.
At the end, I want to put a list.
Dude, leg day this week. I was doing leg day, and Sister Stephanie last week. Not the Sister Stephanie I thought it was. It was the other Sister Stephanie. There's two Stephanies in our fellowship. She sent me this awesome song. Anchor in the Storm. It's like a really sort of Celtic,
earmuggish, clash, I know
rock. Oh man, it was great for leg day. Mm-hmm. I probably pushed out 2 or 3 more reps just listening to that song. So thank you, Stephanie, for that. But we got another song that we want to share with you guys for today. It's actually the Song of Moses. This is Brother Dave, right?
Yep, Dave Figueroa. Yep.
Yeah, Brother Dave Figueroa sent this to us. So we're going to share this with you guys right now so you guys can listen along with us. We're starting at 57 seconds, so you get to hear some of the chorus. It's really neat, and whoever did this, they did a neat little AI thing next to it, so you sort of see Moses and the children of Israel and everything that's going on. But it's really a cool song. It's a cool song. Definitely not a leg day song. It's not a gym song.
Yeah, definitely a chill not Shabbat song though.
It's definitely a chill at Shabbat song for sure. It's definitely a cool, chill out song. So let's play this for you guys. We'll comment on it as we go. This is off of YouTube. It's called The Song of Moses. You guys can check this out. And thank you, Dave, for sending this in. And guys, please send us some more music. We want to listen to we want to know what you guys are listening to and share that with everybody else. So here we go.
In the silence of the desert, my soul listens to your voice. The sun burns my footsteps, yet your shadow covers me with love. The road is long,
I like it. It's got a nice vibe.
but your word is my water. If you are not here, all fades away when you speak.
I like how it does the picture with the music.
Yeah. No, they did good AI to it.
Without your gaze, nor a destiny without your voice.
I like it.
Take me only where you are. If your presence goes not with me, I don't want to move, I don't want to walk.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
My heart without you goes astray. My victory without you is nothing, oh Lord.
I like that.
Yeah, you can definitely get in your, singing this out throughout the day.
If your presence goes not with me, I would rather stay here.
Wow.
Waiting for your voice.
Pretty good.
That's good. Listen, it's not a leg day.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool because it's obviously it's the whole story of Moses saying, "Listen, if you don't go with us, what's the sense of going?"
That's right.
Right. So it's pretty neat. Again, this is called The Song of Moses. Check it out. It's on YouTube. You guys can just Google this or go to YouTube and put in the that title. It'll come up for you guys. Really cool. Really cool song. Let me run this back. We'll check it out again as go back to 57 seconds. Yep.
And for those of you, if we annoyed you, we have to talk during the video. We don't want to get flagged.
Yeah, we have to talk, or we'll get some sort of a Yeah, a copyright flag on it. So
Thanks, Dave.
yeah, thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. That's good. That's good music. So guys, send us in whatever it is that you're listening to. We appreciate. I got some other people that send stuff in, so we got stuff for the next certainly the next couple of weeks.
After we get a certain amount of songs, I'll make a list and I'll post it on the app.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That'd be very, very cool. So the feast. So the reason I want that there's no way we're going to go through all the feasts. So maybe get 1 done today, 2 done today, and obviously there's nothing next Friday, and then we'll pick this up when we get back together. But here's you know what I really liked the song that Michelle sent us.
Becca Shea. Yeah.
Oh man, I love that.
Well, if you just go like on a list of Becca Shea, she got some good stuff.
Yeah, she was good. We definitely got
another one.
We got to feature her again. But so this week, Brother Max and I were talking, and I remember I've listened to a couple of different teachers and preachers on this, and very often the concept or the idea is that Messiah came, he's the Passover, he fulfilled Passover, but he's going to, and he fulfilled unleavened bread. Obviously, he fulfilled first fruits, Shavuot, and there's a time in the future where he's going to fulfill Yom Kippur and tabernacles, etc., etc. And I get why people say that. I get in the prophetic sense of the coming of Messiah that first he comes in the spring to do the spring feast, and we associate the second coming with the fall feast, which I don't think is inaccurate. I think that's accurate, but in reality, all of the feasts have been fulfilled. All of them, all of the tabernacles, everything has been fulfilled in what Messiah has done. And I know that's maybe a little bit different perspective, but we can show you and of course we're not going to get through all the feasts today. We're going to get through some of them. Yes, he is, because I hear people say all the time, well, he's the Passover. That's kind of obvious, right? I mean, you don't even need that's like very 101. It's obvious that he dies, at the Passover season. He is the Lamb of Elohim, all of that stuff. But he's much more than that, because if the end of the age, if you've been watching Wednesday night Bible studies, if the end of the age is the end of the temple, because the destruction of Jerusalem coincides with the calendar end of the age from a Zadok perspective, right? From the Zadok calendar, it coincides with the end of that 2,000 year period. That age is done. That's the tutor. So it's not just that Messiah is our Passover, but that in the coming of Messiah, because people say, well, he's the Passover. Have you ever heard this before? I think I've even taught on this before. He's the the threshold.
The threshold covenant,
yeah. And which is, there's nothing wrong with that teaching. I think it's great. I think it's a great way of understanding that perspective of it. But people say, well, but he's not a sin offering. I don't understand how you could say that.
Yeah.
How could you say he's not a sin offering when he washes away our sin? So literally in that death at the Passover season, he fulfills Passover. He fulfills unleavened bread. He fulfills first fruits. He fulfills Shavuot. He fulfills Yom Kippur. I mean, we're definitely not going to get to Yom Kippur today, but he fulfills Yom Kippur, and of course trumpets and all the rest of it. And not just that, all of the sacrifices that are part of the temple worship.
Yeah.
are fulfilled in him.
Yeah, because even Leviticus talks about the guilt offering, which we know Isaiah says that Yeshua, right, is our guilt offering. That's the sin repay. So it's all tied into one. There's many different, right?
Yeah. So
one.
So what we wanted to do is try to highlight each one of the feast and the different sacrifices and show you how Messiah fulfills that. Now that doesn't mean that, because again, the whole timeline, at least the whole concept of the idea of what we call end times is that he comes in the spring and his second coming is in the fall. It's in some sort of coordination with the fall feast, which I don't disbelieve. I think that's probably accurate, but that doesn't mean that Yom Kippur is not fulfilled. Mm-hmm. He is the Yom Kippur. I mean, he stands there with Barabbas.
Yeah. That's key, because right? And ironically, what's Barabbas's real name?
His real name is Yeshua.
Is Yeshua, right? So
you got two Yeshuas.
Yep.
Which one do you pick? Mm-hmm. One is the lamb that's going to be slain on the altar for the sins of the people. The other one carries the sin and goes off into the wilderness with it. Yep. The other one's not a sacrifice. The Yom Kippur, the scapegoat, is not a sacrifice.
Yeah. And what they do, they set Barabbas free. They set him out, right?
They set him free in the wilderness, and he carries the sin, and the sin, So he quite literally, if you've got eyes to see and ears to hear, and you take your time going through the gospel accounts, you're going to see how he actually fulfills every sacrifice, everything that you would have gone to the temple for, every feast day in some way is manifest in him. That's who he is. Because obviously, I mean, if you've been watching Wednesday nights, there's absolutely no way to get around this. Because I mean, if you think about this from a Jewish perspective, I'm going to talk about this tomorrow too. If you think about this from a Jewish perspective, right, from a Judaism perspective, Judaism has failed. Mm-hmm. It has utterly failed, because the concept of Judaism is to affect the whole world, right? Is to change the world, through their works and things that they do, is to tell the world about Abba. They haven't done that. Mm-mm. But the real failure is that the very vehicle that was given to them as a mechanism of forgiveness is no more. Mm-hmm. So for the last 2,000 years, you got to ask yourself, well, how are you forgiven then? Now, of course, Judaism will come up and say, well, now it's things have changed, and now it's this. No. You can't do that. You can't unless you understand that Messiah has come and he is the fulfillment of all. You reject that. If you reject that, then Judaism becomes a failure. Mm-hmm. It becomes an utter failure, because then how are you forgiven? Because they'll say, well, it's by our works and our faith and
they
some
spin like a chicken around their head or something.
Yeah, spinning the chicken. And, no. That has no correlation. That has no connection to everything that Moses said. Yeah. I mean, literally, no correlation whatever.
And even in the Hebraic roots, Torah observant, you'll hear a lot of people say that we're not in the new covenant.
Yeah, I hear that. And it breaks my heart, because so many I see in I mean, we're all about our Hebraic roots of our faith, but we need to understand that and know that, but we also need to know that something has come to an end. Mm-hmm. Something has been fulfilled, and we need to understand that it has been fulfilled.
Which brings it right to what you said: we're dead in our sin.
We're dead in our sin. We need a sacrifice. So Israel, by Israel, I don't mean us. I mean the people in the Middle East or the Jewish people. There is no redemption. Mm-hmm. There is no way for their sin to be forgiven. Whatever doctrine they come up with, whatever rule, whatever sort of cultural thing, it has nothing to do with Moses. Mm-hmm. it's some extra biblical concept idea. But if they're honest with themselves, if I were, and it's weird because I saw this thing on with Monty Judy. He was doing this thing about names, Spanish names, because a lot of the Jews, especially the tribe of Benjamin, went to Spain, and names that end in Z or EZ, Hernandez, Gonzalez, Sainz. Our name means holy ones. Are actually Sephardic names. They're Jewish names when they went to Spain, which is kind of weird. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
But there is no Yom Kippur for them. I know that they'll memorialize it year after year after year, but there's no Yom Kippur sacrifice. There's no blood atonement. That's just not there. And so it becomes, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it becomes a failure.
Yeah,
it's a failure. The same way, Islam is a failure because Islam tries to attach itself to Islam. If there really even was a Muhammad, which is debatable at this point, it really is. I've done some. Brother Bill sent me some great stuff, some great teaching that's gone on about the history of Islam and Muhammad, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If there even was a Muhammad, if this isn't some sort of conjuring later on, let's just assume for a second there was a Muhammad, and he looks at Judaism. And he looks at the believers of Messiah as two separate things, not as a continuation of the same thing. And unfortunately, a lot of Christianity looks at the belief in Messiah as something different. It's not. It's the continuation of the same thing. It's the next expression of that thing. And so Judaism becomes a failure in that there is no forgiveness of sin. There just isn't. You can come up with doctrines, but it's not in accordance with Moses. And then Islam comes along where there is no such thing as salvation. It's disconnected from everything Moses ever said. It's disconnected from the temple. It's disconnected from Messiah because they don't believe that Messiah is the one who died. So from their perspective, it is also an abject failure because there is no way to be forgiven in both of them. And it's not that these I love both of the groups because they have a zeal for Elohim, but they all come up short, and everything goes back to the feasts.
Yep.
Everything goes back to the feasts.
But even going right back to when we were saying, how some believers think that we're not in the the renewed covenant. It just takes the words right out of the master's mouth and steps on when he says, right in Luke 22, we all know this, right? That he took the cup of the new covenant. He said, this cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is shed for you.
Well,
right?
I don't understand why. Yeah, again, I've heard some of our Hebrew roots brethren say that we're not in the new covenant. Wait a minute. So where's the temple?
Yeah.
What the confirmation, if you've been watching Wednesday nights, the confirmation that everything Moses said was going to happen, just like it happened in Daniel's time, is going to happen again because you did the same stuff all over again. In fact, you did even worse stuff. You didn't know the time of your visitation. You hated without cause. You killed the Messiah. You killed the apostles. So that's done.
Yeah.
I mean, how much more obvious does it need to be? All you got to do is look at the Middle East. Just show me a temple. It's not there. It hasn't been there for 2,000 years. That age is done, which means something had to come in its place.
Yeah.
But that age becomes the pattern for everything that we like, from Passover to all the sacrifices, becomes the pattern to understanding what it is that Messiah has done.
The whole book of Hebrews. Yeah.
So we've got our Christian brethren that separate themselves from our Hebraic heritage, and a lot of our Christian brethren just think of, well, Elohim, God came and he died on a cross and he died for us and he rose again, which is all awesome, good. But if you disconnect that from our Hebraic background, you're missing the color and the flavor and the explanations and the whys and the hows and all of that stuff. And then you go from the Hebraic perspective. Well, that's done, but then there's no answer as to, well, what happens from this point on. We're just lost. We're lost for the last 2,000 years, and now what they're trying to do, like I said a couple of weeks ago, like Ishmael, they're trying to make things happen by their own efforts.
Yep.
It's really, I mean, if you just sit back and you think about this just from a logical perspective, Judaism comes up short. Mm-hmm. It just, I don't mean that in a bad way. It just does.
Yep.
It does not answer the core questions or the core principles that are told to us, that all men have sinned. All men are sinners. Mm-hmm. Your sin separates you from Elohim. There must be blood shed for your sin. Well, there's no more bloodshed, which means that we are still in our sin.
Yep.
It comes up short. And like I said, Islam tries to connect itself to all of that. But again, if there was a Muhammad, he knew nothing about what came before. He knew nothing of the temple, nothing of the sacrifices and its relationship to Messiah. He saw them as two separate things. Both of them come up terribly short. But even modern Christendom comes up short in a sense that, okay, we've got okay, there was the sacrifice, the Passover, but we don't even acknowledge it as the Passover. Mm-hmm. we don't even connect it to the feasts. Mm-hmm. It's as if this is something new and different that Elohim has done. That's not the way it works.
Nope.
It's connected to everything else Elohim has always done. That's what the tutor is. That's what the teacher is. Because people read that, especially in like Galatians, and they say, well, we have no need of a tutor anymore. That doesn't mean you don't have to learn what the tutor said. Mm-hmm. Of course you have to learn what the tutor said to understand what the reality is. You can't just be told the reality and think all of a sudden you know everything. It just doesn't. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it was usually the example, right? If you have a tutor, because I had an issue learning whatever division, and that tutor taught me division, do I now forget what that tutor taught me later on just because now I no longer need that tutor, right?
It's a core truth.
Yeah.
And if you get rid of the core truth, which is why over the years that we've done this, we went from being sort of that traditional sort of Christian in the world of Christendom church to now being a fellowship that connects with our Hebraic roots. And of course, people look at us all the time and say, well, aren't you guys Jewish? No, we're not. But we have, I know, familiar, our family may be, but the connection is that we all have that Hebrew root.
Yeah.
And if you lose that Hebrew root, you miss all of the color and the nuance and the explanations and the background. But I noticed that a lot of our Hebrew roots, brethren, are almost trying to recreate the tutor, and you can't do that either. So it's a nuanced thing.
Yeah,
I guess is maybe the way he's saying. So, but we're going to talk about Passover. We got early. The hour's almost gone by, but Passover. So is Messiah the Passover? I would think most people within the Hebraic roots community, I would think that a lot of people, maybe not all, but a lot of people in sort of the modern Christendom would at least realize that Messiah is a type of the Passover. right?
Yep.
But it's much more than that. He's not just a type of the Passover. He is the Passover.
Yep.
Or the Passover actually is him.
Do you want to have some scripture?
Yeah.
I want to go over Exodus 12, right? We know when we go through Exodus 12, it tells you that it has to be a lamb without blemish. Right. But I want to start Isaiah 53:7.
Isaiah
53:7.
You know, there's a question too. Before we get to Isaiah 53, because when you read Exodus 12. I'm sorry, I gotta go here. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger.
Do you want to start there? Where you want to Exodus 12? Do you want to?
No, that's fine. Okay. But I people can look this up. Of course, it says you're supposed to take a lamb. If you notice, it says you're supposed to take a lamb that's a year old.
Yeah, a year old. Yep.
And so there's this debate in the historical context of understanding, because a lot of the early we say church fathers, because it gets connected to the idea of Catholicism, but this is before Catholicism. These are people who were the disciples of the disciples, right? We're talking like first century, second century. Their concept was that the ministry of Messiah was a year. Later on, the idea that the ministry of Messiah is 3 years. And I think that comes maybe, possibly, I'm just, spitballing here, but I think maybe that's a misunderstanding of the calendar, because Matthew, Mark, and Luke seem to be telling us the story from a Qumran community perspective, because there's a different Passover. It's a different day, versus John telling us about the Passover of the Jews. That's certainly one plausible explanation as to why there's a difference in the date. So, but my question is, when we go back to Exodus 12, it says that it's supposed to be a lamb of a year old. See, I mean, one thing about Elohim, he's big on details, right? The details matter. So I don't have an exact answer. I can give you what the historical record for both of them is. I sort of lean towards the idea of Messiah's ministry being about a year, as opposed to his ministry being 3 years. Because again, I think what we're reading in John is there's the Passover and then there's the Jews' Passover. That's why it seems like there's 3 Passovers in John, while there seems to only be 2 Passovers in Matthew, Mark, and Luke. But either way, it's kind of interesting. Where does the story open up? Passover.
I just looked up what the significance of 1 year lamb would be. And it says that that's the lamb's strongest point, or the fulfillment in its life, where it's fulfilled, where it has everything. So I think that's pretty wild, right?
Where'd you get that on AI?
Yeah.
What does it say exactly?
The Torah requirement of a male, your lamb shall be without blemish, a male the first year, points to a 1 year old Hebrew ben Shana without blemish, set apart for sacrifice. So. And then it says why 1 year old matters. In Hebraic, the 1 year old lamb is at its prime, not weak, not old, not diminished. It represents full strength.
Yeah.
So at the fullness of his, right?
Yeah. And what does Ephesians tell us? At the fullness of time, Elohim sent forth his son, born of a woman, born under the Torah, to redeem those who were under the Torah.
Yeah, and that's pretty wild, yeah.
So I definitely would lean towards the idea that it's a year ministry versus a 3 year ministry. And I know, you're going to get, on both sides. And I'm not obviously, I'm not, giving you anything definitive here. I'm just, we're talking. We're just, we're just.
You can even use the the acceptable year of the Lord, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, so when he reads from Isaiah 61, he doesn't actually quote it there, but that's what he says. This is the acceptable year of Yah. But later on, he quotes it at the end of the year. It's the day of vengeance of our Elohim. So interesting. So Isaiah 53, what do you got?
Verse 7. 7.
It says, he was oppressed and afflicted, but he did not open his mouth. He was led as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before its shearers is silent, but he did not open his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And as for his generation, who considered that he shall be cut off from the land of the living, for the transgression of my people, he was stricken. It's kind of weird because this language, he shall be cut off. That's the book of Daniel language.
Isn't that wild? Yeah.
Karat.
Yeah.
The Mashiach will be cut off.
And we see that even when he's brought before Pilate, right? He's not speak. He's quiet. He's just mouth quiet, right? Shut. And he fulfills that scripture perfectly. So that's the prophecy of that. And then that was my third. So John 1:29. I think you already quoted this before, but let's just go to John. I know right now we're just trying. It's already 8:30, so I'm just trying to get some scripture out there. John 1:29.
On the next day, Yochanan saw Yahusha coming toward him and said, "See the Lamb of Elohim who takes away the sin of the world." So this is interesting because if you obviously we connect this to Passover because he dies at the season of Passover, whether it's the Zadok calendar, that Passover, or that's the night of the Passover, and he dies that next day. Whatever, he dies in that Passover season because he's also Yom Kippur, but it's not Yom Kippur, right? So he fulfills that too. So so whether it's the actual day or not doesn't matter. He's fulfilling it all, but obviously he dies in that season.
Yep.
What's kind of neat here is he doesn't say, "See the Passover Lamb of Elohim who takes away the sin of the world."
We'll see that in a minute, but
no, he is. I mean, obviously he is. Yep. But if you think about this just from a linguistic perspective, any lamb that takes away the sin of the world, that's a sin offering.
Yep.
Or it would be ram, really.
Yeah, it could be either or, right? So
would be a Yom Kippur offering. So I know a lot of people say, "Well, no, he's not. It's Passover. It's a sin offering. It has to be a sin offering, or you and I are still lost in our sins."
Yeah, I think that's what interchanges too. Because what does Abraham see behind him? It was a ram.
Yeah, he saw a ram caught in a thicket.
Yeah, and I guess also for time sake, let's do Luke 23:4, right? And this coincides with Exodus 12 with a lamb without blemish. Luke 23:4.
And Pilate said to the chief priest and the crowd, "I find no guilt in this man." But they were insisting, saying he stirs up people, teaching through all Judah, beginning from Galilee unto this place. So this becomes a Gentile proclamation of the sinlessness.
Yep.
Of the Passover lamb.
And I think other versions do say blemish or
a lamb. Yeah. But it's not just that's the thing. It's not just the Passover lamb that has to. It does. The Passover lamb has to be without blemish, but so does the peace offering.
Yeah,
and so does the sin offering. Yeah, and so does the red heifer
that was killed outside the gate.
Yeah. Right. So so again we can't think of this in a one-dimensional sense. We've got to think that we've got to realize that Elohim, that Father, is sort of taking the entire story that has already been told to us as a type or a shadow or a tutor, and he's wrapping it all up.
Yep.
In the Mashiach.
Yep. And I think
that's who he is.
Last one I got for time's sake for tonight is 1 Corinthians chapter 5.
1 Corinthians 5. Yes, a good one. 7.
You can start at 6 first if you want. Yeah.
Saul says, your boasting is not good. Do you not know that? So he obviously there's the connection with him as the Passover.
Mm-hmm.
And now here's the connection with him as the unleavened bread.
Yep.
Your boasting is not good. Do you not know that a little leaven leavens the entire lump? Therefore, cleanse out the old leaven so that you are a new lump as you are unleavened. For also Mashiach, our Passover. There, I mean, it doesn't get any more clear than this, right?
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Mashiach, our Passover. Get out of here. Mashiach, our Passover. It keeps happening. was slaughtered for us. And so here's the thing. So then let us celebrate the festival.
Yep.
There it is. So let us celebrate the festival. So, when you read later on in Galatians and it says, let no one judge you in a feast day, let no one judge you in a Sabbath, the modern sort of religious interpretation of that is you don't have to do that stuff. When I think in reality, what he is saying is, no, don't let them judge you in the way you're keeping it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them judge you because you realize, no, Messiah is the Passover.
Yep.
Don't let the Pharisees tell you have to do it this way, this way, this way, this way, this way.
The circumcision party was following him everywhere he went.
Yeah, right? That makes more sense in the historical sense of what's going on, but also more sense because they ridiculed Messiah on how he kept the feast days. Mm-hmm. They ridiculed Messiah on how he kept the Sabbath. Shabbat. Yep. They ridiculed Messiah on how he ate food. Right. So it's not that Messiah didn't do those things. He just didn't do it the way they did it.
Yep.
So let us keep the festival, not with old leaven, nor with the leaven of evil and wickedness, but with the leaven, with the unleavened bread of sincerity or truth.
Yep.
So definitely Mashiach identifies with the Passover. Mm-hmm. I mean, that is like 101 obvious.
Yep.
But now we're identifying him also with the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Mm-hmm. With the removal of leaven, with the removal of sin, which of course begins on the day of on the 15th, which be the day of unleavened bread, which is actually, if you think about it, it's if the whole Zadok calendar thing is correct. So he eats the Passover with them that night. And then it's actually on unleavened bread when the removal of sin occurs. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That all of this. So neat stuff.
Yeah.
Neat stuff. I knew we weren't going to get very far.
Yeah. And he's the teacher of true doctrine, truth, right? Unlike the Pharisees that had, the watch for their leaven, right?
So yeah. 11 being doctrine, 11 being teaching. Yeah. There's so many different ways. We'll dive more into this certainly when we come back from our
Zoom. Yep.
Our Zoom, because there's a lot of I really want to identify for everybody the way that he fulfills everything. Mm-hmm. Again, that's not to say that maybe the pattern of the spring feast and the fall feast gives us a idea about the first coming and the second coming. I think that is also true, or that also has validity to it. But I think across the board, the way we are supposed to look at this is that Mashiach has fulfilled everything. He is the Yom Kippur offering. Mm-hmm. He tabernacled with us. He is the one picked. The lamb that is picked by Elohim. He is the Passover. He is the unleavened bread. He is the one who gives the Spirit. He is the one who gives us peace. He is the peace offering. Yep. Right? I think he's all of those things all the way across the board. And I think when we have a more holistic view or an entire view of the whole thing, it makes more sense. But that's just me.
Yep. Oh, it was good.
We're just two guys hanging out, talking.
Yep.
Sharing some things.
That's it, man. A discussion.
Hopefully it made sense to you guys. Hopefully you got something out of it. We hope, we pray. Good verses. Definitely good verses.
Yep. Good conversation.
Good conversation. All right. I want to get back to
that song, right? Play it
I
out.
want to get back to that song, go out with that song. But guys, don't forget, I can't believe the hour's already gone.
Yeah,
certainly, prepare for this snowstorm that's coming up. If you're in the path of it, make sure you've got whatever supplies you need.
Yep.
Your house is warm, whatever generators and stuff you might have, because definitely with that ice stuff, there's.
That's what's going to pull down the power lines.
Yeah,
and
powers are going to go off in some places. Hopefully, not in the big cities, but who knows?
Yep.
But
can I throw in there too? If, I know we bring up individuals to pray for. Go on the app. If you don't have it, download it. Go on the church app, and you'll see there's a prayer request, manna eaters, and also prayer requests. So go on there. There's lots of needs, and so just because I know some people say, oh, who needs prayer again? So it should. Most people will post it on there. So check it out.
Yep. Amen to Meek Urban Studio. I just saw the post that they put up there, the whole thing about coming through the water, the birth canal. Amen to that. That's phenomenal. If you guys check it out, you can check it out on the chat. She's 100% right with that. That's a whole other.
Yeah.
It's a whole other man, a whole other discussion, but she's 100% with that. Again, next week, no hidden manna. We're going to have
join us on our Zoom.
Yeah, join us on the Zoom. We'll give out the information and we'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll put it out on the app. We'll put it out on a notification. Make sure you have the app that your notifications are on, so you guys get it. And we look forward to hanging out with you guys on Friday. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward
I haven't
to it.
seen a lot of. It's been like you said, for at least 2 years. So there's a lot of new faces I want to. I haven't seen. That'd be cool to put names with faces and faces with names.
That'd be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and all of the old faces too.
Yeah,
we want you. We want you guys to come on too.
Yeah.
All the people
old faces
that are here,
like Brother Paul.
Yeah, Paul and Bill and Karen and Matt and
Love you, Paul. Yep.
Senya and Stephanie. Come on out. We want you guys to be part of the manna as well. I think you guys are going to be doing the bread and the wine tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Got a neat message for you guys. I think that covers everything. I think we got everything. Prayer service, don't forget, February 4th, prayer service at 7 p.m. No Wednesday night Bible study that night. We're going to starting something new, like once every quarter, just trying to get everybody together so we get a time of prayer together, a time to worship and just be together in that sense. So we're looking forward to that.
Good.
All right, brother. I love you,
man. Shabbat shalom. Love you too, buddy.
Yeah, let's go out with this.
Play that out on that. Yep.
Let's see. Here it is. There it is.
Don't forget, send some requests.
Yeah, send us your music. We want to know what you guys are listening to. It'd be fun, especially if you got some good gym music. I need some good gym music. Here we go.
In the silence of the desert, my soul listens to your voice. The sun burns my footsteps, yet your shadow covers me with love.
Yeah.
Yep.
The road is long, but your word is my water.
It's a big tear coming down.
Oh,
You are not here.
Yeah, AI is so cool.
When you
Yep.
speak,
Yeah, it could be used for good, it could be used for evil, but this is good.
Yeah, right now this is
I don't
the
want
good part of it.
promises without your gaze.
All right, guys.
Shabbat
Shabbat shalom,
shalom.
everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 10:30. Hey, here on time. We love you guys. Peace, everybody.